Now, I mentioned in my closing comment yesterday that the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson had faced a no confidence motion from his party based on the submission of 54 letters to what is called the 1922 Committee, seeking a no confidence vote in the Prime Minister. The rules require written submissions from 15% of the Conservative Parliamentary Party. 15% of the membership of the government is 54 people, hence 54 letters. They were received by the chairman of the 1922 Committee, and the vote of confidence took place immediately Tuesday morning, our time, yesterday morning. Boris Johnson won narrowly by 63 votes. I made the point yesterday that Boris Johnson is seriously wounded, but many people raise their eyebrows at what seems a strange process, which revolves around the 1922 Committee. It has an 18-member executive committee and a chairman, and the 1922 Committee oversees the election of party leaders. So I just thought tonight I'd share a little history with you. It's sometimes wrongly supposed that the name of the 1922 Committee derives from a meeting at the Carlton Club in London on October 19, 1922, when Conservative MPs successfully demanded that the Conservative Party withdraw from the coalition government of Prime Minister David Lloyd George. That triggered the 1922 general election. But it also brought into the spotlight one Andrew Bonar Law. At the time, Bonar Law was the Chancellor of the Exchequer, what we would call our Treasurer, in David Lloyd's coalition government. He resigned on the grounds of ill health in early 1921. But in 1922, at the meeting of Conservative MPs at the Carlton Club, when they decided to withdraw from the coalition government of David Lloyd George, to the surprise of Bonar Law himself, he became party leader again and Prime Minister. A general election followed in 1922 and Bonar Law won a clear majority, but he was at that stage a very ill man. He negotiated with the United States over Britain's war loans, but he was seriously ill with throat cancer. Having won the election on the 23rd of October 1922, Bonar Law resigned in May the next year and died later that year. He was the third shortest serving Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, 211 days, and is sometimes called the unknown Prime Minister. But he'll always be remembered as the man who became leader after the MPs ditched Lloyd George in 1922. Well, following Bonar Law's election victory, MPs founded this committee, which became known as the 1922 Committee, a small dining group of new members who were elected in the 1922 election. They soon became a group of very active backbenchers, a ginger group, as they might say, after successive elections, and then the membership expanded. In 1926, all backbench MPs were invited to become members of the 1922 Committee, which became known as the Conservative Private Members Committee. Recently, in 2010, after the Conservatives formed a coalition government with the Liberal Democrats, the new Prime Minister David Cameron suggested altering the committee rules to involve frontbench ministers. This angered many backbench MPs, though committee members voted to approve the change. However, under the chairmanship of Sir Graham Brady, the man to whom the 54 letters were written, seeking a vote of no confidence in Prime Minister Johnson, under Sir Graham Brady, who became chairman in 2010, the committee determined that while frontbenchers, that's cabinet ministers and their assistants, could attend meetings of the committee, only backbenchers were able to vote for its officers and executive committee.